It's Divas That Care Radio. Stories, strategies, and ideas to inspire positive change. Welcome to Divas That Care, a network of women committed to making our world a better place for everyone. This is a global movement for women, by women, engaged in a collaborative effort to create a better world for future generations. To find out more about the movement, visit divasthatcare.com after the show. Right now, though, stay tuned for another jolt of inspiration.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back. My name is Jenny Powers. I am the founder of The Empowered Woman. I am the host of a show called Building a Boss. I'm the author of the book Empowered, The Woman's Guide to Following Your Hearts, the author of the workbook and journal, both entitled Empowered, and the creator of the course 100 Days of You. So I am a woman who is on a mission to heal this world, to awaken us to all of our best selves, to live our best lives, to stand in our power, stand in our light, shine our lights from here to the ends of the earth. And I am a woman walking the walk. And so I figured I should start talking the talk. I've done podcasts in the past, and I just felt called to kind of restart this one. For now, it's called Empowered You. There's always a change. We do some videos, some audio. This is a work in progress. And rather than waiting to be perfect or waiting to have it all figured out, I said, I'm just going to turn on the microphone and start talking. So for people that don't know me, my name is Jenny Powers. I am a 46-year-old woman. I live in New York City. I have two little stepsons. I am from Massachusetts originally. I am just incredibly passionate about changing this world and awakening all of us to our best selves and living our best lives and doing what feels good to us. And my journey has been messy. It has been challenging. It has been eye-opening. It has been invigorating and stressful and heartbreaking. And I'm here to share with you every step of the way. I think there's so much around all of our journeys that we can see people that arrive and people that are in the spotlight and people that are living their dreams and destinies and think that they never struggled, they never stumbled. And so I'm here to share the truth of my journey. And the way I do that best is through my book. So my book is Empower, the Woman's Guide to Following Your Heart, One Woman's Journey to Her Purpose. So this book poured out of me. I wrote it a number of years ago. I never intended to write a book, but my dad asked me a question one day, what I thought was important to me. And I set about sort of building my life around what is important. I left a very safe life in Los Angeles, California, to follow my heart. And that led me at 36 years old. I moved back in with my parents. I sort of set about teaching dance classes. Those were incredibly important to me. And from that journey came this little book. And I believe in it. I love it. I live it. Times when I struggle, I realize I'm not living it as much as I should be. So I just want to share it with you. And every episode will maybe take a page, maybe take 2 pages. We'll have guests. We'll figure it out as we go. And I want to, create something of value. And so always open to feedback and what's important and what is resonating. So always send me a note, shoot me an email, jenny@jennypowers.com. I'm Empowered by Jenny on Instagram. I'm here to help and here to serve and here to start the conversations we're all looking to have. So to give you a little bit of my mission and a little bit of my reason for all of this, to tell you a little bit about the name of my company. About 10 years ago, I was an actress in LA. I woke up in the middle of the night and I thought, The Empowered Woman, that's a great name for a company. And I thought my middle initial is M, my last name is Powers, sort of seems to fit. Now, I'd never had an idea for a company. I wasn't looking to be an entrepreneur. I thought I would be an actress forever. I was destined to be the next Meryl Streep. I would close my eyes. I would dream about the Academy Award. I think I had my speech all written. So this journey has been very unexpected, and I'm learning about it each and every day. One page in my book is take one step at a time, and that is what I'm doing. So the name of my company, The Empowered Woman, comes from a dream, a vision, certainly very appropriate given my name. And I'm here to serve and empower all of you who are listening and are watching. So the mission for this company is to empower women everywhere to become our best selves, to awaken us to our own power so that we may live as the women that we are born to be, to free us from what we carry around as the caretakers of others so that we take the time to stop, breathe, and reconnect to who we each are, to strengthen our relationship with ourselves so that we embrace our bodies, our hearts, our minds, and our spirits in everything we do, to build the tools that are necessary for us to be able to unleash the potential that is inside of all of us so that we are capable of doing amazing things, to grant us the space in this world where we can experience the freedom to feel, to express, to let it all out, and to connect to our happiest selves, to honor and celebrate the brilliance, the passion, the fire, and the joy of women everywhere, to create the place on this earth where extraordinary transformation happens so that we're all empowered to live our best lives. And as I'm reading that, my boyfriend is playing Fortnite downstairs and I can hear this rumbling. And part of me is, oh gosh, the background noise. And the other part of me is, no, that's just the universe confirming what I'm saying and providing more backup and more ammunition for this mission and this message. So I'm an open book. I am a woman who has spent much of her life traveling the world, seeking to live my best life, following my heart. I've lived, I would say, 1 million lives in 46 years, and I'm here to talk about them, to talk about the realness of the journey, the unexpectedness of the journey. I have, over the last few years, struggled in many ways I never imagined that I would, and I've come out the other side to share my truth about experiences that I never thought I'd go through, that have broken me apart, that have rattled me, that have caused a reawakening or caused a reinvention or a identity shift. And I am here learning from all the women that are doing this with me. We are in a new earth, the rise of the feminine. I read a poem yesterday about the burning woman, and I actually will read it right now because I think it would be very relevant and very appropriate for what we are all talking about. And I really connected to it. I have a mindset coach. I have a energy coach. I have a ton of coaches, and I shared this because I really felt like this was relevant to what we are living right now. So this poem is by Lucy Pierce, and it's entitled The Burning Woman. These are burning times, and they call for burning women, women embodied in their passion, women feeling in their bodies, creative women, courageous women, women who have learned to run on a different power source to the world, which is falling into flames around her. She has already disentangled herself from the wreckage of the patriarchal culture, so she will not be dazed, confused, and disoriented by the systemic changes happening around her. Centered within herself, receptive to the earth beyond her, she knows how to cultivate from the ashes. She knows how to find the embers to fuel the new fire. Burning women arise. Our time is now. Our time has come. The deep feminine, the mystery of consciousness, she who is life is longing for our transformation as much as we are. She holds back, allowing us free rein to choose, nudging us occasionally with synchronicities, illness, births, and deaths. But when we make space for her, she rushes into all the gaps, engulfing us with her desire for life and expression. This is what she longs for. This is what we are for. Experiencing the feminine through ourselves. We simply need to slow down and find where to put our conscious attention. And it is this willingness to look again, this willingness to put consciousness onto our places of unconscious. I'm going to read that again. And it is this willingness to look again, this willingness to put consciousness onto our places of unconscious, to express what we have always avoided, which starts the process of unblocking so that she may flow through. This work, it is a symbology of what it is to know and to not just survive, but to atone, rebirth anew, to fully own and acknowledge the fire within you, to remind you to embrace your own burning time, to see with eyes beyond your human eyes, and to remember that, yes, again, you will rise. So credit goes to Lucy Pierce. That's the poem from Burning Woman. And there's a woman who, unfortunately, I don't have her name in front of me, but created an image. I did this meditation, and I saw a phoenix just rising from the ashes. And I connected to the fact that I think that's me. I think that's this chapter of my journey. And so I Googled Phoenix Rising and this beautiful image. I will follow up in a subsequent episode and get her name. Because those are her words as well. And so I always want to give credit where credit is due. But I really connected to that idea of a burning woman and someone who is burning from within, has a passion, a desire, a mission, and a story and a message to tell. And I think that along the way, we are all inspired by sharing our own stories and sharing our own journeys and our own challenges and unmakings and unravelings and the things that crush us and devastate us. But The phoenix rising comes out of the embers, comes out of the ashes, and there's no one more powerful than a woman who's standing in her light and her power and her wisdom and her survival and her resilience and her ability to just fight through and endure despite anything around her. So I am here to share my journey. It has been messier than I anticipated. It has been enlightening, invigorating. I have traveled the world. I have wanted to learn and grow and evolve and expand as much as I can. And I want to harness the power inside of me to share my message so that we are all awakened to our best selves and we all can live our best lives. So I wanted to share the first, as I shared, my book is full of 100 guiding truths that when you follow your heart, these are what I have learned. And I share them from a place of connection and a humbleness around, I am not the expert. I am the reader of this book as well as the author, and I am walking the walk with you. So I will come on. Please, I am open to, if something resonates, topics for this podcast, things we want to talk about, guests that inspire you. I am here to serve and to create a platform where we are all open and wired for connection and able to give and grow and love one another as we all uprise into the greatest phoenixes that we can be. So the first truth in my book, which I wanted to share, is very appropriate for this kicked off podcast. Make this your beginning. I can make this the beginning of anything that I want. So I will. Here comes a vision so big that it will change the way that we as women feel about ourselves, about our bodies, and about our power. It is going to be huge. We will own who we are again. We will stop apologizing for being as amazing as we are. We will spread our wings and we will fly. Make today the beginning of anything that you want in your life. As soon as you do, it has begun. So that is my inspiration for today. That is my inspiration for just sitting down, turning on the microphone and talking. In my life right now, I am going through a ton of changes, primarily around the burden of perfection and a need for approval and this need to be validated and approved of, and that there's no room for mistakes, there's no room for growth, there's no room for learning, and an identity kind of shattering around that pressure to feel perfect and like I know everything all the time, and I don't. And that has been the most humbling journey, and we are allowed to learn. So I share from that place. So in terms of this beginning, I've always had this extraordinary vision for this company, that it's a global brand, that it is conferences and meetings and workshops and speaking engagements and merchandise and 100 truths of my book over sweatshirts and wine glasses and picture frames and, moments and things of inspiration that just go with every woman in her life on a day-to-day basis and remind her of her power and her brilliance and her connection to herself. So my mission is to connect us all to our hearts. It is that inner knowing, that inner guidance, that inner conviction that you know when you know. And the older we get, the more things we go through, the more times we're knocked down, the more losses we've experienced, a new definition of grief or shame or guilt or fear, or just we have more years in our life. And so we've experienced more. I think healing in that way is more important than ever. I know it is the sole focus of everything I am doing now, which is to heal my soul and spirit and mind and body to celebrate the woman that I was born to be. And so the message of my company, of any show I host, anything I post, any podcast I share, any workshop I speak at or conference I create, is to empower all of us, to awaken us to our own power. And the way that I have found to do that is to connect us to our truth. There are so many times where we trust the outside noise or get confused by it. And at the end of the day, if I ask you the question, what does it take to follow your heart? What are you feeling? What are you engaged in? What are you passionate about? What is your heart telling you? What is your gut instinct? Just that inner compass. And I said to a girlfriend a few weeks ago, I was feeling really lost. I was, being told by the outside world that be this, be different, be a resilient speaker, be a leadership speaker, be anything other than what you are. And I felt the chaos and the confusion and the clutter in my brain. And my friend, full credit to Hillary Gadsby, if you're listening, said to me, what are you missing? And I said, it's like I've lost my inner compass. And she said, and what is your book about? And I said, following your heart. And she said, do you think you might need your own book? My sister has said that to me many times, read your own freaking book. But I was really awakened and really inspired to say, this is my message to teach. If I needed it in a moment of uncertainty, I went back that night, I shut off everything, I got in bed and I read my own book cover to cover. And I was reminded of me. I was reminded of my unique sense of authenticity and my own voice and my own passion and my own dreams and my own determination and who I am as unrivaled in this world. We are all our own footprint. We are all our own person who is here to change the world in whatever way you choose and decide to do that. So that is my joy, is sharing this book and sharing the truths in it, because I truly believe that they are a roadmap to living our best life and to awakening to our best selves. I know I say that a lot, but that is truly what I believe: best self, best life, and real empowerment. So within this context, I just wanted to come on again and kick off this podcast again. This is me, taking the first truth of my book, which is make this your beginning. And I'm making this my beginning. And so much of that is, it doesn't have to be perfect. Did I do it right? Is there background noise? Am I looking at the camera? Is the lighting working? We can all get analysis paralysis, or this fear of, will I be loved if I'm seen in my imperfection? Will I be approved of if I don't get it right? Will I be judged? Will I be fill in the blank, shamed, made to feel bad for just showing up as you are, in your imperfection, in your authenticity, with your authentic voice, with your message and your mission? So I am stepping forward as that woman and saying, that is the leader that I want to be. That is the founder I want to be. That is the CEO and team leader and visionary that I want to be, which is shining a light for all of us to see. So these 100 truths of my book are what I've learned. They are just my journey. They are not different, similar, universal. I hope that they apply to everyone, but this is just what I've learned in my short time on this earth. And to the extent that I can share, to the extent that I can teach and talk about and shatter the need to be perfect and to have it all figured out and to wait in the shadows, not stepping on that stage, in your light, owning your spotlight, being the lead in your own movie, being the star of the show. We're all here for a reason that is uniquely our own. And I'll read that as I finish this episode from the end of the intro of my book. But it says, let's see. Sometimes in my darkest hour, the things I've discovered in these pages have been my only light. I share them from this place. They are reliable truths. You can depend on them. They will show you the way. Use them as a light, as a reason to keep going, as a reason to keep believing, as a reason to never give up on your journey, on your dreams, on your heart, and on yourself. It is not easy to follow your heart, to seek a life of purpose, to remain true to the song that is in your heart, the song that quietly whispers to you, the song that you are meant to sing, that the rest of the world has yet to hear. But you must. The world needs you to live the life that you are meant to live and to become the woman that you are meant to become. You are here for a reason. We are each here for a purpose that is uniquely our own. But the only way that we will each get to our purpose and live our best life is if we each share the story of our journey and the guiding truths that we discover along the way. They are the light by which all of us will see. These are my truths. This is my journey. So that is my beginning. That is our first episode back on this Empowered You podcast. This is another place for me to share what I've written, what I've discovered, what I found, and I am here to share the journey with you every step of the way. And so I am here. I am open. I am listening. I am connected to all of your journeys, and I am here to create and hold and share the space with all of you as we have conversations around all that we want in going after our dreams, shattering fears, breaking through boundaries, proving everyone wrong, doing all the things that we're born to do. So until the next episode, thanks for being here. I'm excited to take this journey, and the best is yet to come.
Thanks for listening. This show was brought to you by Divas That Care. Connect with us on Facebook, on Instagram, And of course on divasthatcare.com, where you can subscribe to our newsletter so you don't miss a thing.